we will read the question and understand what is given in the question. The table below shows the proportion of different categories of families living in poverty in Australia in 1999. Means the table is telling us about the ratio of the different category of families who are living in the poorness in the Australia in the year 1999. Write a report for the university lecturer describing the information shown below. So you have to write a report for the university lecturer with the help of information given here. Make comparisons where relevant. You can also compare where you think it is important and it is relevant to compare the two categories. So this video is for those candidates who want to get the higher band scores in the writing task 1. So if you really want to get higher band scores, please watch this video till end, and if you have any queries, let us know in the comment section below. So let's start with the video. So firstly we have to understand the table also. As we can see, here is written the family type, and here is proportion of people from each household type living in poverty. So family type is single aged person and the ratio is 6%. Aged couple ratio is 4%. Single with no children ratio is 19%. Couple but no children ratio is 7%. Sole parent ratio is 21%. Couple with children ratio is 12%. And all household ratio is 11%. So you have to keep this thing in your mind while you are giving the answer of this task. And if you have any kind of confusion, don't just write. You can look again at the table to clear your problem. So now I have seen this all, and now I will write the answer in front of you guys, and whenever I will feel any difficulty, I will again look at this table to make myself clear with that problem. Firstly, we will write little information of 2-3 lines. So here we will write what is given in the table. The table gives information about poverty rates among 6 type of household in Australia in the year 1999. It is important to write the little intro because it will tell the examiner that you know the pattern, and it will also tell that whatever is given in the table. So now we have to write in the paragraphs about the table that what is given here in those tables. So firstly we will look on the table again. As you can see, it is written that make comparison where relevant. So here we will make comparison in the categories. As we can see that the single people, they are more poor than the people who are couple. As we can see, the ratio of single is 19, whereas the ratio of couple is only 12%, and this is we will make comparison. And the people who are with children are more poor than people with no children, and the elderly people are less poorer than the other categories, which is 6% and 4%. So firstly we will write all the comparisons in the first paragraph. Keep this in your mind so that you can remember them and write better. So we will write the first paragraph. It is noticeable, we can say clear also, that level of poverty were higher for single people Then for couples and people with children were more likely to be poor than those without. So this is the comparison for the single and couples and people with children and without children. Now we will write for the comparison of elderly people. Poverty rates considerably lower among elderly people. Poverty rates were considerably lower among elderly people. So, considerably could be said as far also. So, you can say it as a far, but considerably is more appropriate word which can be used here. So, this is the comparison for the categories of single and couple, people with kids and without kids, and the elderly people. Now again we will look at the table to look for the more information. So overall we can see that Australians in the year 1999, they lived in the poverty and the ratio was 11%, and aged people were least with the poverty and they were less poor as compared to the other categories, which was 6 and 4%. They were single-aged and aged couple. So this is what we will now write in the next paragraph. Means in this paragraph we will tell about the category which was least affected by the poverty and we will tell about the overall ratio. So overall 11% of Australians they were living in poverty in 1999. Aged people were the least likely to be poor, with poverty levels of 6% and 4% for single and aged couples respectively. So in this paragraph we told about the category which was least affected by the poverty in the year 1999 in Australia, whereas the overall ratio of poverty was 11%. Now again have a look at the given table. So here you can see 12% of people living with partners were near to the poorness, and single people they were below poverty line, which is single 19%, and the same figure can be seen for the couples. They were much lower, they were only at 7%. So this we will write in the task 1 at the end. So let's start. So we will write our last paragraph by looking at this. So you can gather the information from this table and then you can write. You can exclude the information which you have already written, but whatever you haven't mentioned from this you can mention in the paragraph. So now I will write the last paragraph after looking at this. So let's start. just over 1/5 of single parents were living in poverty, whereas only 12% of parents living with a partner were classed as poor. Poverty, we can also say it as a poorness or hardship. The same pattern can be seen for people with no children. While 90% of single people in this group were living below the poverty line. The figure for couples was much lower, at only 7%. So friends, the word count is important. So the which essay I have written here is, it is of 150 words. You can also write more than 150 words, but you have to write at least of 150 words, not less than these. So candidates, this is the question and this is the table which I have explained and I have written the answer in front of you. For writing the answer, you need some skills, like you should know how to make sentence, you should know where you have to use which word, you should know how to understand the table, you should know how to understand the question, and at the end you should know to make the comparisons, and you should know that how you have to write the answer. This is important, and you can learn this with the help of this kind of videos, and you can also practice learning English online also. Most important thing is that you don't have to use informal words in the writing task 1 and in the task 2. In the task 1 and 2, you have to use only formal words. In the writing task 1, you don't have to give any example from yourself. You don't have to share your experience. You just have to write whatever is given in front of you. You have to understand that. You have to write that in the exam. In the exam, you will be given 20 minutes, and firstly, you can use your first 5 minutes in understanding the given graph, diagram, chart, or whatever is given there. Firstly, you have to understand in the first 5 minutes. Then you have to make any pattern and you have to make the comparisons. You have to make the ideas that how you will write it. Everything you have to firstly form in your mind. Only then start writing. If you will just read the question, you will look for 1 minute at the given picture, then you will start writing. You will never get good band scores. You have to check each and everything given in the picture. Then you have to understand that. Then you have to make comparison. As you can see, this was the question and I have written this answer for the question, and also I have written one more paragraph over here. So you have to write in the same way, but make sure that your handwriting is good. Handwriting should be good, and you have to firstly write the information, then paragraph, then more paragraph, and at the end you can give the summary also, or you can just end by writing a paragraph. But make sure in the whole answer you have to cover everything, as I covered everything in this answer. If you will not cover, you will not make comparison. Examiner won't give you good band scores, because it is important in the answer to cover everything. Like I covered all the 6 categories, then last one also, These were the 6 categories, and at the end, last was all households. So I covered everything properly, and I also made relevant comparisons, and I also told that what was the ratio accordingly. So this is the way you have to answer in the exam. If you will not use such kind of ways, you will not be able to get points. This is not important that you have to use only this way. You can make your own also, which is very easy for you, but make sure write properly. So I hope this video will really help you and you will be able to get higher band scores. If you have any queries, you can tell us in the comment section below, and share this video with your friends and family members who are willing to give the IELTS exam, as this video can help them in getting good band scores in the writing task 1. And also don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the notification. For if you will press the bell icon, you will get the notification regarding IELTS video from our channel. Thank you. Stay